Hello, fifth grade, and welcome to the very first math lesson of 2021. This week we're going to be continuing studying multiplication, but today we're now going to be multiplying decimals by whole numbers. Pull out your paper packet and pull out the assignment that says 4.6 homework at the top. That's what this lesson is going to go along with, 4.6 homework. All right, let's jump into our first example. All right, now, it's very important that by now you have your multiplication tables memorized. That's why we practice them so much during the first quarter. Let's take a look at a multiplication problem with decimals. Maybe it says 0 decimal point 0.04. Do you remember how we say that? We would call that 4 hundredths. 4 hundredths multiplied by 9. Okay, now the very first thing I need to do is multiply using the two-step multiplication method that we learned last semester. So let's take 9 times 4. What is 9 times 4? Very good. That's going to be 36. We write down the 6, carry the 3, just like we did last semester. Now let's take 9 times 0. 9 times 0 is 0. That was easy. Now I add the 3. 0 plus 3 is 3. I put that in this column. And now one more step. 9 times 0. 9 times 0 gets you 0. And usually we don't write the 0 in front of the number, but we are this time, and I'm going to show you why. You might say, hey, my answer is 36. But remember, it's not just 9 times 4, it's 9 times 4 hundredths. So what I need to do is add a decimal point. How do I know where that decimal point is supposed to go? I need to count decimal places. Does 9 have a decimal point? No, there's no decimal point there, even though it really would be right after the 9. Does the top number have a decimal point? Yes, it does. All right, how many numbers are to the right of the decimal point? Let's count them up. 1, 2. All right, since there's 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point, that means my answer has to have 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point as well. 1, 2. All right, I need to put my decimal point right here because that gives me 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point, just like what's in my problem. So my answer isn't just 36, my answer is 36 hundredths. All right, let's try that again with one that's a little bit harder. Let's take a look at this one. It is 2 decimal point 0.03, which remember we say 2 3 hundredths, multiplied by 121 equals. All right, now we're going to forget about the decimal point for now. We can't forget about it forever because we need to come back to it. But for now, let's do our two-step multiplication. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 2 is 2. Now I'm done with the ones column. I'm going to go over to the tens column. I need to put a placeholder in the ones column, and now I can multiply using the 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 2 is 4. All right, I'm not done yet. I still have a number in the hundreds column. So I put in one placeholder, two placeholders. Now I can multiply by the 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 2 is 2. Do you remember what the next step is? Now we need to add everything together. 3 plus 0 plus 0 is 3. 0 plus 6 plus 0 is 6. 2 plus 0 plus 3 is 5. Nothing plus 4 plus 0 is 4. And 2 plus nothing is 2. Now you might be tempted to put a comma here and call it 24,563. But remember, today we're working with decimals. So let's go back up to the problem. In the original problem up here, where is the decimal point? Ah, there it is. Only the top number has a decimal point. The bottom number, since it doesn't have a decimal point, we call it a whole number. All right, how many numbers in 2 300ths are to the right of the decimal point? Let's count them up. 1, 2. All right, since there's 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point, that means in my answer, I need to have 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point. 1, 2. All right, that means the decimal point goes right here. Now I can see my answer isn't 24,563, but now I read it as 245 and 63 hundredths. 245 decimal point 63 hundredths. All right, 5th grade, put that into practice today on 4.6 homework.